Alright, ladies and gentlemen, get your tinfoil hats ready because Tom is going conspiracy mode in a weird way for the new map, Zetsubou Nushima. I don't know how to pronounce it, so let's just refer to it as Noshima. Now, the reason why I'm going conspiracy mode, I feel like there should be just a series of ways of Tom comes up with things for perks, for weapons, for gobblegums, and anything for the new DLCs. Now, what I'm going to be doing is going across what my thoughts are for the new perk in this new map, Noshima. Now, from what we've seen so far, we know it's on an island, we know the weather's torrential, planes are crashing, like that's lightning storms and rain and torrential, tropical thunder, all that sort of stuff. And even in the prologue trailer, we see the ship gets blown up, it's absolutely storming like crazy, and the players have to swim to the island. Our characters have to swim to the island. Now, in no way, shape, or form does that point out or require anything to do what I have to do, but it just triggered my mind to think, well, potentially this could make sense. So for the perk I'm going to think that could potentially be in this new map is Iron Lungs. I'm saying it, that's my thoughts, and I'm not announcing that's what it is, because it's not, it's just a guess. Now you might be like, Tom, Iron Lungs, why would that make sense? This Deadshot Daiquiri, for sniper rifles, increases your accuracy, always like left trigger right aiming on the head sort of thing. I get it. But hear me out for Iron Lungs, and I will definitely 1000% ramble. And to just make sure people understand, if you get where I'm coming from with this, I want you to leave a like rating and leave a comment saying you get it. If you don't, then I understand I probably did a terrible bad of describing what's going on. Also, you probably won't like the idea of this being the perk for the map, but I think it just makes sense. Now, with all this tropical storm going on, and I say Iron Lungs refers to, the old school perk, like, Call of Duty 4, like all the other maps, all the other Call of Duties, like, use a sniper rifle, aim down the sights, hold your breath for longer. Now, we can see our characters swimming along. Obviously, there's in a tropical storm, they've crashed, they have to swim to an island. Iron Lungs, swimming, holding your breath for swimming. Now, this does not show gameplay. This is not gameplay of you having to swim in the new map. But I think it just makes sense, because in all the Call of Duties, they use old mechanics for new purposes. Let's look at, zombies, for example. The swords in Shadows of Evil. That's a mechanic that they pull for multiplayer. Let's take a look at the bows from Razer Draken. They're actually a multiplayer feature brought into zombies to do something cool. The gravity spikes as well in that map were brought in from multiplayer. Now, that given, this isn't a crazy thought. Like multiplayer, swimming, that is in there, put it into zombies. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But I think, it doubles up. It could bring back the feature of, holding down your breath with a sniper rifle for much, much longer. If that, not at all, you don't even have to do anything. It's just like permanent, like Iron Lungs, dead aim. Like that's exactly what it is without crossing too far into what Deadshot Daiquiri is. That's sort of like the sniper's sort of go-to perk. But in this one, this aims at swimming. You've got the Iron Lungs. You can swim underwater. And with this map that has got this island feel to it, loads of creepy craziness going on, being the scariest map Treyarch has possibly ever made, I think it ties in really well, because what's scarier than suffocation? If you're here playing with all your friends and you need to get out of an underground tunnel that's completely flooded, then how intense would that be if you're trying to swim and get from A to B with zombies crawling out of crevices attacking you, and you've got to get out there before your breath dies? Now, your breath runs out. Now, picture that back to Moon. Remember in Moon when you were trying to run as fast as you can from A to B to get like the, the mask on? If you could get the mask on, then you're absolutely fine to breathe outside and jump around like a madman. It was amazing. But when you were that close intensely, like, I'm about to get inside, but then you go down at the outside of the actual, like, door to get in and get oxygen, you're absolutely fucked, and all shit can go so wrong. So I'm thinking that Iron Lungs could work as a perk that, alright, it doesn't give you an unlimited amount of breath. Yes, you could just say, why don't they bring out the mechanic mask of you have to put a mask on, it breathes you underwater like a mask and snorkel sort of thing, like the tanks on your back sort of thing, because that could tie in with tanks that they've already got anyway. That's a part that's buildable with a shield. But I think for Treyarch, they've got all these perks that they're making, but I don't think they want to make anything too insane. Like, look at, like, Widow's Wine. It was good, and it is good, but it's nothing too crazy. Like, look at PhD Flopper. You got down belly flops and set off a nuke. That shit was absolutely incredible. Like, Double Tap does double the damage now, that sort of thing. Electric Cherry, one of the most amazing life-saving perks that there ever was. Like, an absolutely incredible perk. So, they've tried to, I think, tone things down left, right, and center, and I think this is a fairly toned perk. I don't want this to be in the map, but if I could come up with a perk that made actual sense, then I think this could. Iron Lungs. You can swim underwater in multiplayer. Why isn't the feature in zombies? Swimming to underground crevices, getting Easter eggs, getting parts of things that you need to build. And yeah, you can risk getting down there and then getting attacked by zombies, but if you get into an altercation, you're down there, you're dead, and you're suffocating, and that's it. Game over. Whereas if you've got the Iron Lung perks, then you can get the perk, go swimming, go obtain the part of the Easter egg that you need to complete. It makes it intense. You can then have these battles underwater with zombies and try and risk getting out of there successfully. And it just kind of makes sense to me. I know it's nothing amazing, but I think it's something that could work. If they don't end up putting it in this map, I would be surprised if they don't end up using it in total, because, you know, they've gone to the moon and back with zombies. They've had low gravity, we've had all this, we've had all that. Why don't we have the ability to swim underwater in zombies yet? I make it sound like it's something I'm protesting for or really badly want, but I don't. But it just makes sense. And that's why I'm putting forward the version of Iron Lungs being a perk that could somewhat be available in this map. It's got the spooky asset to it of suffocating underwater, and they want it to be the scariest map yet. There's torrential storms, like, you know, tropical storms on this map that we can see happening. Looks incredible. The gameplay might be something totally different, and it might be the nicest, sunniest map in the world, which I do not think it will be. And I think, like, the underwater, like, sort of catacombs connecting, like, areas of the map together could work really well. That, you know, yeah, you can walk on top of the map, like, on land or through a building to get from A to B. But if you had Iron Lungs and you have the ability to swim under the entire map from one place to another, which is the quickest route possible, but also the most dangerous, then it might pay off. So that's my conspiracy theory of a thought of a map. I know it's super ridiculous, but Iron Lungs is something, you know, I thought would actually make sense, and I might actually come up with some more perks that could potentially work for each certain map. So if you guys kind of like this idea, I might do like a perk series of like coming up with perks. I've done it in the past and people seem to like it. And yeah, that's just that anyway. But if the perk idea makes sense, leave a like and leave a comment. If you could like adjust what Iron Lungs could be as a perk for zombies, or what an actual name of it could be, you know, because they've got like Juggernog, you know, you've got all these really, really cool names, like whatever it could be. Try and leave some comments down below and see what we can find. But there's just my suggestion. Thought it'd be a bit random, bit cool. And yeah, I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on it. And yeah, thank you very much, by the way, for listening to yesterday's zombie rant. A lot of people understood where I was coming from. And a lot of people were like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? He just is bad at zombies. So thank you for people who actually watched the video and paid attention to what I was saying. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm really enjoying getting back into the discussion and topic of zombies rather than even just playing it and doing random gameplay. I'm really enjoying just getting back into the feel and vibe and like, you know, the want and need from zombies. So yeah, it's been awesome. So thank you very much. Love you guys' faces. Till tomorrow. I'll see you guys next time. Adios.